What up, YouTubers? This is EvanForGrips.com, and today I'm going to be concluding my review of the Zoom poker site options available out there with iPoker. For this session, I'm going to be playing on William Hill. I would be playing on Betfair, but for some reason they weren't working. So I said, all right, I know another site that happens to share the iPoker network with Betfair, so I'll check them out, and that's Willie Hill. So their version of Zoom Poker, Rush Poker, is called Speed Hold'em. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much the same as Zoom, except instead of a slide or a fade option, they just kind of have like a drop and stumble option. But playing 50 NL, which is bigger than we've done in the other video, so I'm going to try my best to win $100 in the next 30 minutes. Thumbs up if you think I can do it. So as I mentioned in the other videos, all these kind of games, the Zoom, the Speed, the Fast Forward, the Rush, they're all really similar in terms of how they function. So the main determinant for you when deciding which of these games is ideal for you is really which one offers the softest player pool. If you can find good action where players are really giving it away or making it easy on you to get the money, that's where you want to be playing. Well, if we can get $10 later, we're getting the right price. It's a little late, but I'm going to appeal for my gut shot on table 2. Alas, we missed. And now we're out of there. And on table 1, we check back to keep all his bluffs in there and stuff. And we're not going to fold these jacks just because there's an ace on the board. We're going to play in the way that we think gets the most value. Now that's a big bet, and we could definitely have an ace. So I think it looks like we're not folding, so he expects us to call. So I'm going to fold those jacks. Not sure whether it was the right play or not. I wonder how many people grind these games. I wonder if there are a lot of regs playing these ones. And it's interesting to see that even though we're playing 6-max speed poker here, that last table was 4-handed. Pretty strange. Anyway, so talking about general Zoom strategy, I think you can get away with being a little bit looser than you can in other forms of poker, given the fact that people are playing tighter all around, I would assume, because they can just wait for good hands to come around. It's a lot easier to get a new hand and just fast fold and move on to the next game, rather than sitting around and waiting in a slow table where you have to watch all the action. In those cases, on like regular ring games, when people get dealt a hand after waiting a long time to get one, they're probably going to go with it. And they're probably going to be interested in playing that pot. And I think that's different in Rush or Zoom because it's so much easier to just move on to the next hand and like pass up on marginal spots and check back this ace-10 and call the river. Even though queen makes a straight, I'm still going to be calling this river. Checked. I feel like betting's kind of thin, so we'll check too. Software slow roll. So given the fact that it's probably overall like a tighter game, and I've been getting some comments saying it's like the Nits paradise, and from people using heads-up displays, they saw the games are really, really tight. So when that's the trend, then you want to go ahead and get a little bit looser. That means you want to be raising wider, especially really going for it in position. And yeah, you can also get away with 3-betting and 4-betting a little more aggressively, since you get a fresh image on tables against the random players, at least. Against those guys using HUDs, it's kind of tough to know how much they know about you. But you can definitely get away with some stuff. 2 live cruise 69. That was a close one. They don't give you a lot of time on this. I guess that's the idea. If you're playing speed poker, it wouldn't make much sense for you to get a time bank and for you to be able to play really slow. Last time, oh wow, this guy's on 2 tables. I'm going to 3-bet him on the left table, and I'm going to flat on the right table. Table 1, table 2. And looks like we got backwards flops, but I'm definitely going to fire a 1 on table 1. Just if he peeled with any suited connect or any pair, we want to fold out those hands. And yeah, we got nothing, so we're not going to win that pot by checking. Might as well fire out a bet. Let's see if we can get anything done with that. It's pretty cool. We can see how many points we're getting. It would appear that we suck at getting points on table 3. Probably have to play hands to get points, but 10, 10, 15. Looks like I'll be able to get at least 100 before this video's out. Open in a 3-bet. Can I fold and watch? No. I think that was a decent spot to cold 4-bet with the ace-queen. It's a pretty good hand for it, but the guy was 3-betting a short stack opener. So I think he's more likely to actually have it there. But with no HUD and no history with these guys, it's really hard to make those kind of assumptions. And that's why it's very important when you guys are playing to pay attention to your opponents and to develop those reads on them so that you can make better plays as your session progresses. And when check 2 on this board, it's a pretty bad board for the pre-flop raiser, which makes it a decent board for the pre-flop caller. So I attack, and he attacks right back. Well played. You got me. And on table 3, when I'm 3-betting light and I get 4-bet, I'm probably just going to be folding. So even though I timed out on the ace-jack, I would be happy to fold that hand regardless. All right, up and down straight draw. Wicked. Bet about half pots. If we get check raised, we will be calling. And if we get called, we'll probably be betting. This board on table 1 is pretty gross. I'm checking. It's just not a nice board for the pre-flop re-raiser. It's cool that he checked back. May have a worse ace high. But I'm not trying to really throw a lot of money into this pot. If I can get this hand to showdown somehow, I'm pretty happy with that. It's like he knows what I have. I feel like he should bet a pair earlier. I'm gonna look him up, just get some information. Played that real nice. You can say, oh, how am I gonna label the guy? He's gone. Fuck. That's like the call was completely pointless. I don't even get any info. That was really well played by him though. He knew exactly where I was at because I turned my hand face up by checking twice, and then he was able to value bet his ace king on the river because he just knew with almost certainty that I was sitting on ace high. In worst case for him, we were going to be splitting the pot, and you know, if he might be able to get me to fold half the pot, that's a great result for him, and he might even get called by worse. If I'd known he was just going to fly away like that, I wouldn't get to make a note. I think I would have just folded. I was calling for info, but oh, there he is. Ace king guy. Remember that if we get in a pot with him again. And what's really interesting about that hand is that he just called the 3-bet with ace king rather than re-raising. That's something that definitely stands out for me and something that I would want to put some weight into my future decisions based on. So far during this session and from thinking about the sessions played this week on the other sites, I think the decision is going to have to go to Party for softest games. The party Zoom was really juicy, and I think if I were to rank them in order, I'd go Party Poker, Full Tilt, Willie Hill, and Stars last. That'd be my personal vote. For any of you guys who actually go ahead and try all the different forms of Rush Poker, I'd love to get your guys' rankings, your top 4, or even your top 5, if you try out some of the other sites that also have their own version. I know On Game has one, Strobe Poker, but you can only play 2 tables, and like, when I'm trying to play some fast poker and get some action, I don't want to be limited in the amount of games I can play. And I think with iPoker, you can actually play even more. I'm just going to test. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I don't want to actually do it right now because I'm going to be really overwhelmed trying to talk while like 5, 6, or 7 tabling. But it looks like you can join many. Get the fuck out. Why didn't I bet the turn? It's my punishment for looking at the lobby and losing focus. It was definitely a bet on the turn with the straight. Oh well. But that's pretty cool that you can at least 6 table the speed poker on here. Because I know on Stars you're limited to 4 tables of each limit. So if you want to play like 6 or 8, you have to mix limits. And a lot of people don't like that. So the fact that you can play more tables, many games of the same limit of the speed poker on iPoker, that's pretty cool. That's a good feature for any of the real mass, high volume grinders out there. Silent sodomy, that's not nice. Where do these guys come up with these names? Like, what possesses someone to come up with a name like that? That's just weird. Got nothing to do with poker. All right, 3-bet on table 1. Facing a button open. We're going to be wanting to 3-bet with a fairly wide range. And on this flop, fire a C-bet, see what happens. Get raised small. Disappointing spot. Damn, I was really looking forward to seeing this flop on table 3. But don't want to be cold calling 3-bets with medium pairs. It's not a winning play. Gotta avoid that. Tried to late C-bet on table 4. Don't know that it's gonna work. Didn't work. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage to these guys. They probably have HUDs running. They don't have to talk while they play. And they probably have reads on some of the other regs, whereas I'm going in completely blindfolded. And fuck, they might also know my strategies from watching my bids. Who knows? Alright, we'll try to 2-barrel on table 3 to fold Jack Book off of any better ace highs. Again, he check raised me. I want to run some cards. I'm tired of these guys raising me. Let's play an all-in pot. BF. Don't care what you got. You got an overpair, nice hand. Take the action. You got ace king. It's going down. Whatever you do, I'm not folding. Okay, he's folding. Table 2, this ace queen, I'm just gonna call. I'm sorry I can't like really walk you guys through my thought process more, but they just really don't give you a lot of time bank on any decision, so I kind of just got to go with the flow, and I'll leave you guys to kind of figure out what's going on and why. Tough to keep up with for sure. I think these queens are good. Son of a bitch. We got one. Finally got one. Can I see what he had? King 10. Cool. All right, let's speed fold our way through and see if we can't pick up a premium. The only premium we got, well, it was a pretty bullshit situation. And one of the great perks of playing speed poker is that you can just keep speed folding and speed folding and speed folding until you get one of those hands that you really want to play. So there it is. Little ace, king, suey. And we get the blinds. Fucking awesome. All right. Ace 9 suited, that's a play. Ace 9 offsuit, that's a play too. Call or 3 bets. I think this hand's good enough to call. And call or 3 bets. I think this hand's good enough to call. I'm gonna opt to float on table 1. And on table 2, I'm going to be a bitch and fold. The difference is on table 1 we are in position, and on table 2 we are out of it. We gotta respect that. 6. What's 6? Yeah, no one's got a 6, Jola. There's no need to pretend. I don't have a 6, you know that, but I also know you don't have a 6. So why are we playing these games? And look at how many points I got now. Did I get more points just for making that bluff? That'd be cool if they had like a poker site where you got more player points for making like cooler plays. Like if you pulled off some sick stuff and got people to fold like really high equity hands when you had nothing, you get like extra points or like a multiplier. I feel like that'd be extremely difficult to integrate, but it would be kind of cool. It'd be like the one time you actually get rewarded for just like being, well, I guess you get rewarded with money for being sick too. Maybe you don't need that extra incentive. Jack book. Won every pot off me. It's like Lizzie Hill against Greg Merson. She just won every pot. But she didn't make it to the end, so I guess it didn't really matter that much. Do you have like, who's the opponent you have that you just like have a vendetta against, and they just always seem to get in your way and get in your business and give you a really hard time to play against? Do you have one of those opponents? If so, like, what's their name? Post in the comments the name of your arch villain and why. Why they're your villain, why they're your nemesis, why they give you a hard time. Hey, who knows? Maybe if you guys post what they're really doing that's making it hard on you, you can figure out a little counter plan, a little plan of attack so you can come back and get them back. Let them know how it feels, give them a taste of their own medicine. We got a pretty decent little community here with Team Grips. So, you know, help each other out. Help each other out, and you'll be very happy with what you see. All right, Silent Sodomy. I'm happy to play a pot with you, but I would like to have the lead. In Jackbook, you're just winning every time. I don't even want to try. 9-10 suited. It's a really pretty looking hand. A lot of potential. Straights, flushes, two pairs, trips, quads, royal, straight flushes. No royals. You name it. You can make a high card too. But he seems to be playing well, so I don't know that he's necessarily going to give me the implied odds I need with that 10-9 suit to be able to make it a profitable call. But I think I might have the implied odds here on table 4 to make this a profitable call. And let's not go all in. Calling's also an option, but if Jola's got like queens or jacks, I don't think it really matters too much what I... Dude. Man. That's... Man. Plays so good. I waited. I folded to all those check raises. I let those guys, get away with it. I didn't play bad. I was patient. I waited for my spot. I finally got it, and that's how they repay me. Just putting the pain on me. Not cool. It's never fun getting two-outed, but it's part of the game, and you just have to accept it. Sometimes that's going to happen. And wow, I didn't even see that this had already been 3-bet. I thought I was 3-betting. I called 4-bet min. I got 5-bet min. Okay, I'll call. And wow, alright. I don't know if I can fold now that I flopped a king high flush draw. He's got black aces, I'm in trouble. Otherwise, I'm doing fine. Well, we already come this far. It's time to go big or go home. Good luck, us. No, he's got us dead. Okay. This is going to happen sometimes. And what you have to do when you catch yourself doing this, I'm going to give you guys a very important poker lesson right now. You start making mistakes like that, you're clearly off your game for whatever reason, you immediately click the sit out buttons and get out now. If I'm paying attention, not bemoaning my bad luck with my kings versus queens, I'm going to see it's already been 3-betted and I'm folding that king 10. Instead of doing some stupid shit and getting myself in a terrible spot. Could I have check folded the flop? Of course. But I was caught up thinking about what just happened and if I could maybe get my money back. What's the fastest way to do that? Well, gamble. And as soon as you start reacting like that and thinking like that and playing like that, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. You're putting yourself in a position to go in a downward spiral with your bankroll down to a potential zero, and you do not want to do that. So when you catch yourself slipping, when you see that you are starting to make mistakes, whatever kind of mistakes they are, if you can identify that you are off your A game and like significantly off it, because when you do that, not even see the action and misclick, and that's a D game move right there. You just sit out, take a break, go do something else, and come back later. My conclusion from checking out the speed hold'em is that it's really fast, and for people who are into multi-tabling and want to play a lot of tables and a lot of hands at one limit, I think that the iPoker option is pretty good, and the games are decent. Definitely better than Stars. I don't know that they're better than Party, but they're definitely decent, so could be worth checking out. And although this is on William Hill, Betfair has this speed hold'em, and if you'd like to check out speed hold'em, you'll probably do better than I did. And Betfair's got those tables, so just use the link below the video to sign up if you want to check them out. Help support the Grips Poker Training Project. Sorry we didn't book a win this session, but we aren't going to win every time. And as long as you took away a good lesson from this video, then it served its purpose. That's going to do it for me. Hope you found the video educational and entertaining. This has been EvanForGrips.com. Now it's your turn. Go out there and get stacking.